Oh, Falcon, what have you done? Oh, no. I don't want to fight. I just wanted to see what they're up to. With the new order. Oh, good. Dude, we're inside? I mean, this is the reason why they're angry. Why are you inside? It looks like this guy has a giant knife that could apparently carve a dinosaur open in half. Well, it's once again time for us to return to the old bunker and try to survive the harsh post-apocalyptic wasteland known as Sheltered. But not just any Sheltered, because here today we are checking out the full release of Sheltered 2. Now, you guys might recall a couple of months back we checked out an early preview of this. And that was because the developers, publishers were kind enough to share that with me to show off to you because of my extensive coverage of Shelter 1 in the past. And there was definitely a lot of improvements overall. There was a couple of gripes I did have, and I did not have a problem mentioning them to you. Now with the full release, I want to see if some of those things still remain. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is create our faction here, surviving in the post-apocalypse, correct? Now, one thing I did enjoy about this was the fact that we could actually make factions, save them, and load them up whenever we want to in order to make different factions over gameplays, right? So, let's go over here to load faction preset, and do I have a doozy for you. So we have Band of the Hawk. Obviously, it's not a one recreation of the Band of the Hawk logo, but you gotta admit, that is fairly close, okay? That's a sword there, we have wings, okay, the colors. You guys all know at this point, Griffith did nothing wrong, right? Okay. We have Falcon 69. Such a hideous creature that apparently his face must be covered. So, let's go over to the important stuff, which will be stats. I'm gonna make him kind of like a big oaf. Dexterity, battle-oriented, a little bit of perception to see if he can find items for us a bit better, and some HP. He's a very dumb man, though. He lacks charisma as well, so it's a 1-1 representation of me as well. Very dumb. Very uncharismatic. Let's go over to traits, and 4 traits. Oh no! You fool! I just finished saying that you were so good about saving everything about him, and you have removed the trait points that I added to you.
2 hours later.
So what I've done here is I give him an awkward, built-in charisma of 10, and a dunce, because I'm not going to focus too much on charisma and intelligence of this character. We'll have everybody else focus on building and, you know, striking those deals. So we could be dumb and awkward, it's fine. But we're going to offset that with a bodybuilder, which uses a 20 strength guaranteed, and also 25% extra damage with all melee weapons. Carl's going to be this ugly-ass dude, but you know what about Carl? He's also going to be a stone-cold killer. Dorothy's going to be our charismatic, intelligent person in the bunker. 20 arduous years have passed since the world ended. 6 rival factions now dominate the wasteland, fighting over resources and territory. A new faction has emerged to try and take control. We joined this faction as our leader has just discovered the perfect place for the headquarters. An abandoned underground shelter. And there is our majestic Band of the Hawk flag, just roaming in the wind. One thing I like to see happen, maybe it does happen, who knows, but throughout the course of the game we find out that this shelter happens to be the one, or this bunker happens to be the one from Sheltered 1, which is a possibility because I believe there's a big time gap in between Sheltered 1 and 2, so for all we know. So the tutorial will be here. We can cancel this out whenever we want to, but I'll leave it there just for the benefit of people who are not familiar with this game. Either way, all the things it's going to teach us here, we have to do no matter what, such as needs. So obviously, we're going to keep everybody happy. Falcon, as you can see right now, is already starving as we start off over here. So my friend, come over here to that pantry and, let's get out of the way, my friend. Get yourself some food. Carl, apparently Carl's thirsty. You get some water. And Dorothy, anything from you? You're also thirsty as well. Get yourself some water. All right. And one thing that you want to do at all times as well, especially when you're running around, is shift to speed things up. If you're like me, you're very impatient. Falcon, are you kidding me, my friend? You're just gonna eat and drop the can right there. That was you. You can't blame it on Dorothy or Carl. You're the one who had food. You absolute pig. We want to make sure that this bad boy over here is working because the more water it collects, the more we store, and we don't die from dehydration. One of the biggest things about this game, or at least in Sheltered 1, was if you ran into a streak of absolutely no rain, it could definitely ruin your entire run. It's all up to the RNG gods sometimes. So Dorothy says you are the fixer. Well, you know what, Carl, I know you're a dumb man such as Falcon, but you fix this, meanwhile she fixes up here. One of the big things you'll probably notice from this in Sheltered 1 is that you could actually go outside without necessarily having to put on a hazmat suit. So, because of the time that's apparently passed, the radiation up here isn't as critical as it used to be in Sheltered 1. So it's nice. It kind of gives you a bit more things to do. Let's see. Plant broccoli seeds. Well, since you're up there, you might as well go ahead and start planting some seeds for us here. Dismiss that. We got 8 seeds. Make it happen, Dorothy. Let's see. I guess for now, we'll place you over here. I'm going to focus, like, most of, like, say, my shower area, my toilet over in this corner, just so, you know, we have all the bathroom stuff together. We eventually be able to start digging into this and, like, you know, making some proper setups here. Living quarters and food, stuff like that. But right now, to start off with, we just kind of have to roll what's available to us. Information, yeah. It's actually kind of cool because it gives you information now about the temperature, the cleanliness, and how much light there is and stuff like that. So it's a lot more in depth in that regard. You can also manage it to assign people to rooms, so they'll take care of all the issues there when it comes to, like, you know, the temperature being off or lights needing fixing. So again, a lot more in depth in Sheltered 1 for sure. Falcon, yes, you are the one that's going to be assigned to clean this because you're the one who made it a mess, my friend. Dorothy, not to overwork you, but you are indeed the creative mind around here. Everybody else is just there. Hopefully, we're going to go out and start killing things pretty soon. I imagine that's the next thing that's going to be part of our plan here once we get this room up and running. Okay, so meanwhile she works on that, it's time for us to go out and do a little bit of exploration out in the wasteland here, see what other factions are around us. Falcon, you'll be the lead, and we're going to send Carl off with you. Likes Falcon? Oh, he actually likes me, surprising. Carl likes me. I guess we're two big oafs, and I like Carl. Hey, how about that? We're two big oafs that apparently respect one another. So, another thing about this too is they have like skills now as well. And these are apparently just inherent based on their stats. So like Falcon, for instance, has apparently Crush Windpipe and Flick Sand Attack, which I guess will make it so they have a hard time landing hits on us. So it's kind of like Sand Attack in Pokemon or something. But right now we have Brass Knuckles, which is going to be enough for both of our big oofs over here. They got him. They got him. Let's go, my friends. Dismiss that. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Travel rations, I don't think we have any right now, or do we? Oh, we do. We have 50. Not that we need them because we're not going too far, but eventually we're going to want to assign rations when we're out and about, because the further out they go, they'll go start starving, their morale will drop, and they'll be easy pickings. But if we have food, they'll be able to feed themselves on the go, so they can go farther and farther out. But right now we're not going too far because we just have to hit up this area here for some loot. And off they go. And now that they're out of here, we should be able to be left alone, and now it's just me and Dorothy. All alone in the bunker, baby. Don't you guys come back anytime soon, Falcon, you're a pervert. I mean, look, it's the wasteland. Maybe me and Dorothy are both into that, you don't know. Either way, let's come over here to craft objects. Big thing early on always is the fact that we're gonna need places to put our items in. One thing I learned in the... Have you build that? And after you're done with that, let me see if I can trigger another thing. Yes, we could put the toilet right now. The water butt is something I want to do. I'm not sure. You know what? No. Build that, and then I have other things for you to do. One thing that I learned from the early access build that I was given access to was that whenever... It was just a big thing that pissed me off in Sheltered 1, which was whenever you had too many items, and you'd come back with your items, and you wouldn't have enough room to hide them, everything on your possession apparently would just disappear. Like, for some reason, your characters would be like, well, we don't have any room for this, so screw it. And the items would just disappear. Now, they have this junk pile over here, which is where all the excess stuff gets put into that you come back with. Now, the downside with this is you can't rely on that too much, because other passerbys will come by and go into your junk pile and steal stuff. So, it's gonna give you a little bit of time to actually have the items and make the storage to hide them properly. But if you take your sweet time, other people will roll by and steal them. Now with this done, I wanted you to come up here and start just breaking down all the excess stuff. Should have probably made that bed, although I'm not sure if we could actually even make the bed just yet. I have to figure it out. My boys, by the way, have reached where they had to go, and they are currently searching the location for some items. I'm going to make this cod, at least for now, down over here because we have room for it. Perfect. And once you've made that cut, I'll have you get some sleep. Alright, boys, well, what is it? I'm here. You have found items. Perfect. View items. Yes. Okay. So, this is everything they found. Chances are, well, let's see, 277 is what they have acquired in this one area alone. We have a max weight capacity of 145, so we're looking at least 2 trips here, no matter which way you cut it, right? So, I could be picky about this, but you know what, let's just take everything, and we'll come back and pick up the rest afterwards. And let's have you guys come straight back home, change route. And you know, what's cool about this too, we can actually continue exploring from this area. So we get someplace, if we have the rations for it, we can continue searching, but you don't have to right now. We're completely packed up as it is, so confirm. Dorothy, you're tired, so let's have you get some sleep now. I think the boys, how the boys doing? Let's let them get inside first. And it seems that we are going to be able to collect everything. I mean, this is the max weight that we could hold right now in the shelter. We're at 576 and bringing 145, so yeah, we should be good. But as you can see, had I not built that extra box before they came back, a lot of this would have ended up back in the junk pile, which is available for anybody to come by and take. So yeah, we'll take everything right now. 724 of 750, so we need to make at least one more box before they go back to pick up the leftovers and come on back. So confirm that. Now, another thing I found out too, there's a big issue when it comes to moods in this game. People easily get offended in this game. It's kind of like Twitter, essentially, right? Shelter 2 is a representation of Twitter. So Dorothy, she was sleeping. Had I woken her up mid-sleep, she would have had like a negative status effect for a while where it's like, you know, oh, you woke me up. So even though she's probably like, say, like a little bit away from being completely free of tiredness, even a little teeny fragment, she'd still get a little bit of a penalty debuff from that. So I waited until she was completely awoke by herself so she wouldn't be all grumpy right now. I'm going to set her up to actually build a couple more things. In particular, obviously, the extra crate that we do need, and the boys have arrived where they have to go in order for us to pick up the rest of the stuff there. So, starting off, obviously, we will do one more storage bin. You know what? I want to have the restroom over there and the shower, so let's just make that right here. And after you make that, let's also go ahead and start focusing on toilets. And then we have to probably start... Ooh, we have to actually water our plants before they go bad. You should be able to build that fast enough, I think, that it's not a problem, so we'll water the plant afterwards. Let me go over here to the boys really quickly. And view items. We'll pick everything else that we found. That's everything perfect. Now, before we roll back home, as I said, just, if we can, change route. Go here, and go there. And just, you know, do a little perusal. No engagement just yet, just perusals is all I'm looking for. And once you're done with that, come up here and... Expedition party needs attention. Oh, that's from the thing that Rudy searched. Can you go away so I don't think that I need to do something again? Experience again by crafting. So she's only going to get smarter. The more she crafts, she's already the smart one, but she'll only get smarter. The boys have apparently arrived. Ooh. And here, we have apparently found ourselves a faction. Indeed. They have a pretty nice little setup here. Controlled by, who knows, difficulty level 1, animal density loads, vegetation density loads. I mean, do you think they'd want to, parlay? Or do they just want to actually throw down? You definitely want to risk that, Falcon? I just want to know if they're friendly or not. I mean, do we have to fight just because I show up? I mean, they could be aggressive, sure. I guess there's the possibility of that happening. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go in there and take a peek. All right? I'm not here to fight. We're neighbors in a way. If you want to fight, well, I mean, we could definitely schedule a fight at some point or another. Not right now. We're all just getting our feet grounded here in the world of Shelter 2. So when she's done with that, apparently she's hungry. I think we might have to start recycling because again, rain's coming up. I want to have a couple of extra water. Oh God. Oh, Falcon, what have you done? Oh, no. I don't want to fight. I just wanted to see what they're up to. With the new order. Oh, good. Dude, we're inside? I mean, this is the reason why they're angry. Why are you inside? I wanted to say, like, from outside of the gate, be like, hey, we're new here. Please hold your position. You do not have authority to enter the new order's headquarters. What business do you have with us? The lieutenant of the new order. We don't know a thing about him, so he could be a killer for all we know. It looks like this guy has a giant knife that could apparently carve a dinosaur open in half. So, you know what? I'm gonna walk.
Cowards do that and that ain't you! You're better than that!
Let's, you know, at least we know what's over there and we're gonna avoid it from now on. Let's come on back home, alright, boys? Let's just come on back. You bring all the extra stuff that you got here. We'll have a nice story for Dorothy to know about when she gets back. She could belittle us and call us cowards. It's perfectly fine. But you know what? I'd rather be a coward than be a dead coward, you know? Or at least I'd rather be a live coward than a dead one. Thirsty and hungry? Well, luckily right now, this is actually the opportune time when it's raining, by the way, to shower, drink as much water, and also use the toilet because whatever you use will instantly get refilled. So, drink water first. Same with you. You don't even need it, but still do it. Afterwards, get yourself some food as well. How can I cycle through my characters easier? E. There we go. I know it's an easier one than actually clicking around all the time. Open pantry. Get yourself some food. Okay. Pause Dorothy. What's the deal here? Almost there, huh? Oh, taking a while here with that last one. Boy's tired? Surprisingly not tired, but he wants a shower. Falcon, surprisingly not tired. We'd actually go back out and explore. As a matter of fact, you know what? I know they're not exactly the best crafters, but let's try to give Homegirl a hand while we're at it here too. So I'll go ahead and I'll make this. I think I'm a little bit better of a crafter than Carlos. Carl, here's what you do momentarily. You start doing a little bit of cleanup duty before we have the rats start rolling in because we're running a pigsty here. Emily's just got 2 more things to break down and then she'll be free. Falcon, surprisingly enough, not good. Not bad. I will say those because of his low intelligence, you don't have a chance of making like good quality items, so that could probably be a toy that's going to require a lot of fixing because of the low quality of the make. I believe that's the downside when you have somebody with not really good intelligence make those things, but at least it's getting done momentarily. That's good. Alright boys, you might not need it, but use it. Okay, so we're skipping a little bit forward here as I just had most of these boys do a little bit of recycling work. Right now we're also sleeping with Falcon and Dorothy. Have a second cot up there, and finally, even though it stopped raining, we are now finally capable of making the shower. Had to recycle a couple of items to make shavings and then turn those shavings into pipes. And now we can make the shower itself, so just stuff I'll probably cut out from the video. A lot of busy work. Ain't nobody got time to see that stuff, so Carl, the slowest builder of all time, isn't getting that done, but that's fine. He'll get it done and hopefully take a shower afterwards. Of course, we're not going to be able to resupply the water because the rain has stopped, but it is what it is. You gonna shower, my dude, or do you want to, where are you going? Walk into a job? No, you can cancel out of that. If you want to shower before you go to sleep, that's perfectly fine. You've built it. You go ahead and do it. There it is, look at that. Good job, buddy. Afterwards, apparently hunger and thirst, but more than likely sleep will come first. I hope you don't wet yourself over here, Dorothy, because I see you wanting to go to the bathroom, but you refuse to wake your ass up. And if I do it, you're going to be like, oh, why'd you wake me up? I'm upset now. Falcon's also going to go take a shower. More than likely, get some food. Dorothy is, you just know Dorothy's beelining to the restroom right now. She is just beelining. She's walking a bit with her thighs just pressed against each other a bit. A little bit of that awkward walk. Yeah, we've all been there. So all the basics are now finally taken care of. We're pretty good when it comes to at least water and food though. Fuel. Nah, but I'm gonna probably have to send Dorothy for a little bit of a fix run up above here at some point around her. But let's ever finish this long shower here first. There it is. Did she go to the bathroom again? Twice. Every now and then you gotta do a doubler. Falcon's off to shower finally too, and Dorothy is now freed up. Let's get your food in you so you don't bug me later on that you need to stop working in order to, eat or something. So get your food. We gotta also make the stove, don't we? I'm gonna have somebody else clean because right now with you, I want you to... We might have to recycle items, but before that, let's see. What other big things are we missing here? If we go to the faction goal, this is a good way to kind of guide you to what you need to do. We're still missing a stove, yeah. That's what I kind of mentioned just now. So we could probably heat these meals to give us a more fulfilling thing as opposed to just eating them straight up raw from the can. So for that, we need stove. Stove requires a hinge, which I want to say we should be able to make a hinge. Yeah. Requires metal shavings, nails. We have just enough metal shavings to make that happen. So confirm that. And afterwards make a stove. I just don't know where the stove's gonna go because we seem to be pretty packed when it comes to rooms. So as a matter of fact, we have to probably expand more than likely. But first, maybe we could kind of, we could just put the stove right there next to us as we sleep. That's what you want, right? Just to be able to sleep and have people next to you cooking meals. Not sure if I want to have the stove next to the restroom. Ideally, I'd like to have it here by the pantry because then we'd have to travel too far. We could also remove items and pull them down. Yeah, I'll remodel, or at least I'll move stuff around. I'm going to probably move the stove over here, and I'm going to move one of these water butts down below. But I need to make an extra room to actually shuffle things around. So for now, just make it. And we have Building 101 has now been completed, so we can now do Tier 2 recipes by finishing one of our faction goals up here above. Perfect. Alright, well, I would say not a bad spot for us to at least wrap it up here for now. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Didn't get into the combat just yet, but I think that's probably for the best. If we're going by what happened in Early Access, I think it's probably best for us to get a bit more properly equipped, at least make the armor, which we can now make. So, I'll wrap it up here. If you guys want to see more Shelter 2 on the channel, you know what to do. We could come back and do a little bit of run at this, just as we did with Shelter 1. Otherwise, all the information down below. I believe it comes out on the 21st. You might see this video, a day or two early.